Hi everybody, how's it going? What is happening? How is everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? Alrighty, here we go. So hello my beautiful Lilith, hello Watson, hello Elaine, hello Julie. Hello Stacy, nice to see you, sweetie pie. You're in between Julie and Elaine. All right, hold on just 1 second. I'm going to go and see who's where, what order. Here we go. How was everybody's day today? Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm going to start this off with you, my beautiful Stacy. Stacy is up first, then we're going to go and see our beautiful Julie. So Stacy and Julie are going to be the first reading. So Stacy, whenever you're ready, please do post your question. Whenever you're ready. Oh no, seriously. You got a lot of good things today. A lot. Yeah, you're next, my beautiful Julie. Won't be long, sweetie pie. And yours was great, my dear Juanson. I'm liking. All right, Stacy, what would you like to know, my beautiful love? Hold on. Ryan and you are still broken up. How's he feeling about you? So nothing has yet changed. Okay. Let's go and see, sweetie pie. Let's go see what's happening. Okie dokie. So. Okay. Lonely is going to be the first thing. He seems to be thinking that something is selfish about this relationship, about the connection. There's a selfishness that he seems to be, and I am not saying in any kind of form or way that you have done something that you're not supposed to do or anything. But into his mind, how he is feeling, he's feeling lonely, he is missing you. But there is something that he feels. It's almost like if he feels that there's something that has not changed, or maybe that you didn't want to change. There's something about him feeling that you are selfish about something. Oh, that sounds good, Juanson. That does. You are chefing away. It is an art in itself to make ceviche. It is. Followed on out over here by, yeah, I feel like he's being a little bit reckless. Honestly, my beautiful love, from what I can see, there's delays and there's frustrations. You say you asked for space after the breakup so you could grieve. Okay, and you don't think that he was happy about that? No. Because there is a selfishness that is coming on through that he is believing that is coming from you. I see him over here having some issues within himself. Now, I feel like he's greedy of you, greedy of your attention. And like you said, you did not necessarily give him any. And I'm seeing over here resistance and frustration. So what I'm going to say is this person still loves you, okay? He still loves you. There's no doubt about it. But you're into a situation where it's extremely complex and you guys need to talk about it if you want anything to happen. Because otherwise, you're going to stay onto your side. He's going to stay onto his side. For the moment, he really is hurt. Now, we know why he's hurt. You know why he's hurt. We just figured it out. So, try to maybe approach him in regards towards that. Saying, you know what? You know, I kind of feel maybe that you're not too happy because I asked for this, but it's not that I want to hurt you. It's not that I needed this space for myself. Like, just... it's a question of explaining because at this moment, he's just feeling like you're the one taking all the decisions and you're the one who's deciding everything, and he feels like it's unfair. And he kind of feels like he has to follow on through with it. And so he's kind of upset and taking his own space onto his own side. Not because he wants to, not because he doesn't love you, but because he's upset. And this is going to perpetuate. So it is going to continue unless somebody breaks the silence. And not just break the silence. Somebody has got to break the silence, and you have to talk about it and come to some type of conclusion. Otherwise, it will continue. Yeah. I know. But you know what happens, my beautiful Stacy? By asking for the breakup, he truly felt that he needed a little bit of time for himself. He felt that he needed it, but at the same time for him, it was a way to manipulate the situation. He did not think that this was going to turn around this way. Now that it has, he's paying the price for it when he actually thought that you were going to be the one paying the price for it. What you've done is you just simply turned the tables around completely, and now he's upset because he feels like you're making him pay for something that he shouldn't be paying for. I know, I get it. I remember us, we were talking about it, and he wasn't changing anything, and I remember looking at it. And you had to take your power back, and that's exactly what you did. And good for you for doing so, because it's not okay. You know, if you would not have taken your power back, you would be into the exact same situation, because he would know that he can do this to you over and over and over and over again. It would be no good for anybody. So it was good for you to do that. But now if you still want to have something, it's going to be important for both of you guys to sit down and to talk about, you know, how you are feeling and what you needed. And, you know, not about you did this, you wanted that, no pointing fingers at anybody for anything. At this point, we don't really care who asked for the breakup and who asked for extra time. It's not important. What is important is the core of the situation. Do you still love me? Do I still love you? Yes. Where do we go from this? How do we make this better? That's it. There's no point looking at all the rest. It's done. It's sad. Now we have to fix. He's not showing you that because he's upset at you. He's trying to get back at you, my beautiful love. But he does. He does still love you, and he does still want to get back with you. This is why I'm saying you guys need to sit down and to talk about this, right? Because right now, what you guys are going through, my beautiful Stacy, is a power struggle. I'm saying this, and you're both battling each other, and you're both putting up your walls, and nobody wants to let their wall fall down. So nobody can win if nobody's letting anything fall down. But if you fall down equally and you try to repair it together, you'll be okay. It's not a question. That's another thing, my beautiful Stacy. I know that you don't want to lose your power. I get it. But at this point, it's not about power. It's about communicating to make something better. If you feel once you guys communicate and you try to rebuild, if you feel that by rebuilding, the tables seem to turn around again and he gets back into the same pattern, then you can do something about it and say, no, look, we're going back into the same circle. Then you realign. But it's not about losing your power. It's about making sure that you keep control of you, of your feelings, of your wants and your desires, and not letting him play around with that. But you guys can definitely build while you keeping your power and him keeping his, but both respecting each other. The problem is not the power. The problem is the respect. Let me give you some messages, my love. That's it. That's it. And so many people don't get back into relationships because they're so afraid of the old pattern. But if we know what the old pattern is, all we have to do is, it's not that easy, but you already know what the problem is. How do we make it better? If it's a power struggle, let me make my decisions, but let me discuss about it with you. Why don't you make your decisions, and why don't you talk to me about it also, so we can both be onto the same level? You guys need to bring each other as equals, not as one is stronger than the other, because that's always going to fail. All right? But being afraid of returning back doesn't do you good, doesn't do him good, doesn't do anything for anybody. And Honestly, my beautiful Stacy, if you're afraid of that, you're probably, and I understand why you are, you could very easily bring that fear into another relationship with somebody else and have the same type of struggles. You're better to learn the lesson and to fix it now than to get, into a struggling type of a situation where it's always, going around about. Well, if he doesn't want to acknowledge what he needs to work on, ask him. Ask him, what do you think? Instead of saying, you need to work onto this, you need to work onto that, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing. Ask him, what do you believe your strengths are into this relationship, and what do you think that your weaknesses are? Because we all have weaknesses and we all have strengths. Now, how can we make them better? Like that, we're not pinpointing, you're not listening to me, you're trying to take too much power, I feel like you're... No, what's your weak, what's your strong? And then you guys can swap ideas onto that and come to a good conclusion. It's all about the communication, sweetie. It's all about the way we say things, as crazy as that. We need to have a therapy group session, Stacy. Me, you, and Ryan. Yeah, we need to sit down. I am lost into this world without you. It does get lonely. Allow me to work on me so I can work on us. Hurting you was not part of the plan. I feel like a fool for losing you. I kick myself for sabotaging this relationship. My life simply will not be the same. So my beautiful Stacy, it's really, it's difficult, but it's important. It's always about what I need and how I feel and what you need and what you feel and how can we both come to a solution together. It's really difficult not to pinpoint the other. You said this, you said that, you want it. It's so easy. But done properly, you guys can repair this and be together forever, my love. You let me know if there's anything I can do for you along the way, okay, my beautiful Stacy? And don't be afraid of losing your power by going back into a relationship with this person. You're still gaining your power because you've won that power. You've gained that power. It is now yours, but it must be respected. So I'm coming to see you, my beautiful Julie, and my beautiful Stacy. I'm wishing you the most loveliest of evenings, sweetie pie. Hello, Julie. All right. It is my pleasure, sweetie pie. You've got this, Stacy, and you got my email. If you want to reach out, it's always there. Alrighty. I'm just going to go and get to your questions, my beautiful Julie. Just 1 second. I'm going to go over here. And voila. Okay. To answer your question, before I'm working on to this moment, to answer the question of why he's kind of tired of being alone, there's like a mix of different things. I feel like, he feels like his age a little bit. I feel like there are some people that are around him also that are, in couples, everything the such. And I kind of feel like he wants to move on forward also. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Okay, hold on just one tiny little second. Let me do this. So it's like if he's wanting to kind of move forward into a certain way, if you will, to kind of be like the others. You know what I mean? Okay, let me just do this. Like that. Okay. So, how would you think and feel? Okay, we're going to start with that one. I know, I know. Predestination. That is a good one of a trippy movie. All right, okay. Back over here. So if you were to send him a picture without him asking, I do have my lovers in reverse. I do have my ace of wands. You know, it's not going to necessarily propulse your relationship. It's not necessarily going to make it move forward and into an incredible way, if you will. But it will definitely help it move on forward. So, I shall say, definitely, yes, go ahead with it. I've got no issues with it. I feel like the relationship is going to continue onto its path. The thing that it might actually do, if you do send out a picture, you might not get a response right away. You might not. Honestly, depending on what time you send it, if you send it sometime soon, you will receive a response on back. You might even actually end up having some type of playtime. But it's actually going to a little bit help him, I feel, to determine the date and the time, maybe not the time, but maybe the date when you guys are going to be able to see each other. He might not give a precision date, but he might say, oh, you know what, maybe between Monday or, I don't know, Wednesday next week, something of the such. So it's going to help him kind of move on forward with that, and he's going to enjoy it along the way. And you might, if you don't set it too late, you might actually end up getting some fun out of that. No, not pushy at all. Not at all, at all, at all. Not a problem, my love. Yes. Yes, and let me validate for the time. But yes, for me, that's sounding good. Don't set it later than 10 o'clock because otherwise I feel like he's going to be a little bit tired. So I'll say between 9 and 9:30, somewhere around there, will be absolutely perfect. Yes. Now, is it, yes, the second question, that's what I was, okay, that's what you were wondering about, that I kind of answered like that, but not quite. Yeah. I feel like there's a few reasons that are actually behind the feeling tired. There's a few things. I'm gonna say there's the whole part of it of kind of being tired of, yes, being alone, but not just into the usual kind of a sense. I feel like it's being tired of emotional distance, tired of not necessarily having that very deep connection into his everyday life, like spending time with you. I won't say every day, but you know what I mean. Either talking with you, having more communication throughout the day, all those things. So I feel like he's kind of tired of the uncertainty. Now, I know that you're not bringing him uncertainty, but he feels like he brings upon some uncertainty. So that's what I'm actually seeing from it. I feel like he does wonder. I feel like he does wonder where, you know, all of this is happening and what kind of goes from this. You've shown that you've cared before, and he does. Into the bottom of his heart, he knows that you do love him and you do want to be with him, but you're kind of waiting very patiently for him and that you're not going to move on. But part of him is kind of pushing him towards trying to lock things down. It kind of realizing that he's a little bit into that time or that gap into his life or into his age where, you know, it's a little bit of that in-between space where we want to have something that is more sustainable, something that is more I'm going to say stable and strong and honest. So he feels your energy, but he wants to feel it more. He's thinking about actually claiming that and claiming your beautiful energy before somebody else actually does claim that beautiful energy. So yes, absolutely. Now, hold on just one tiny little second. I am going to go and get the next one. Okay, let's go over here. Just to make sure. Yes. Yes. Let me go and see. Let me go and see if she is going to be a problem in any kind of a way, okay? Okay, hold on. All right, sweetie pie. There's no doubt about it, okay? Yes, this person did actually help him to, to get the job altogether. They do have a close working relationship altogether. What I'm actually going to say is I feel as though there is a very strong level. Like there's no love into any of this. There's no cups. There's no nothing. There's no nothing of the such. What I feel is it's more of a natural level of trust, a certain level of respect between them. I do not feel like energetically that there is anything that is romantic onto his side or even onto her side. I feel like this is more like a career ally, you could say. So somebody who's kind of helped him navigate the professional world a little bit. So he does respect her, but they both do keep their boundaries. So I'm going to say now, for the moment, I do not feel as though she has any feelings or any potential to interfere into any kind of a way. So I'm going to say no. If there's anything ever that we have to look at or we feel that is concerning in any kind of way, then we can do something. But for the moment, absolutely not. There is nothing to worry about in any kind of shape, form, or way. Anything that is matters of the heart for Mike is geared towards you. You can think of you as being not just as a special shot. I'm going to call you his compass. So yeah, everything just keeps on pointing back every single time, all the way back to you, sweetie. So there is nothing to worry onto his side, and there's nothing to worry onto her side neither. So no, I can keep her in that way if you want to, but I don't feel like there's any reasons at this moment to do anything. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So, it's actually really, really quite sweet of both of them all together. Okay, perfect. If ever you're worried in any kind of way, just let me know, okay? All right, sweetie pie. Shall see you soon and have yourself a beautiful evening, my beautiful Julie. All right, hold on. Now, here we go. Now I'm starting to think people might prefer the 8 o'clock one. Yes, everybody was showing up for like a whole week when we did it at 9 as usual. And now, yes. Now I'm starting to doubt if we should go back to 8 or if 9 is still good. I'm gonna put a post right now. Yes, I won't put it into live. I'll just put it onto the channel, and I'm going to see what we've got. All right. Okay, let's do a poll. Hold on. Hi, my beautiful Patricia. How are you doing? I know, right, Julie? I know. I think maybe 8. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go and put a poll right now. That's what I'm going to go do. Thank you, Julie. You can answer onto the onto the page. Patricia also. All right. Hold on. I'm going to go and put that out. I know, right, Watson? I'm so confused. I myself prefer the 9 because, honestly, even though sometimes, like, I actually have time between the live and the time I come and see you guys at 9, at 8, often onto the weekdays, I kind of rush because between the time my kids get back from school, homeworks of, everybody, meal prep for everybody, it takes a certain amount of time. But I'm good with 8 too. I'm good. I'm used to the 8 o'clock one. I'm going to put a poll. I'm putting the poll out. So, all right, sweetie. I'm going to go put a poll into the meanwhile. That's what I'm going to do. So, let me just go over here. That's not into the right place. My dear gosh, where am I going? You see, you too, right, Watson? I know. Either that or it's because maybe this week, I don't know, it's Easter this week, right? Maybe people are off on gone on vacations. I don't know. Even we haven't seen like our beautiful love shine. You see, it's weird. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put a text poll. There you go. Let me just a second. I just want to go and... Okay, see, I made a boo-boo. It takes 2 R's. Okay, I got it. Okay, it's done. It's out. It's 8 or 9. And I am definitely inspiring myself onto you, my beautiful Lilith. I kept it simple. Live tarot readings. Pick your preferred time. See? Not too much blah blah-ish. I'm learning. Oh, dear God. Raphaël? Non. Ah ben voyons donc. Hey, they're talking about Love Shine. Hey, Love Shine. Bah oui, il me fait ça tout le temps. All right, my beautiful Patricia, you can post. Oh, I may choose your reading. All right, let's go forward with it. So we're going to go and see our beautiful Patricia followed up by Love Shine. Love Shine, if you do want to post your questions, you can. Nice to see you guys. Oh, by the way, please go onto the page and go and pick 8 or 9 o'clock. 8 or 9, because the last week we've been doing this at 9 and it's been fairly good. But yesterday and today, it's like nobody's there. Is it because we changed? I don't know. So help us figure it out. 8 or 9. We will not tell our own preferences, although I just did. Anything goes. So Patricia, here we go. How was it karaoke, sweetie? How was it, my love? All right. So, Patrizio. Here we go. Any news from your sweetie pie? It was good. I'm liking. Was it good with the B girl too? I mean B in name, not B in attitude. Just saying. I'm going to take your cards out, my beautiful Patricia, and we're going to go and see what we've got. Alrighty. Oh. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. Here we go. You still worry about her, right? Did I pull? No, I did not. Why should I? Your mind. I know your mind always goes there. I know it does. Definitely. Okay, hold on. Here we go, sweetie. You can't help it. I know. You tell your mom, God made you like that? Yeah, so do I. But my mom's a lot like me, too. All right, here we go. Okay. Here we go, sweetie pie. So what do we have, sweetie? What do we have for you? Let me do this. All right, let me do that, and voila. Sweetie pie. Breakthroughs. New ideas are going to be coming on through for you, my sweet love. New ideas. There is also a test of boundaries and faith. Ooh, I wonder who that might be. I wonder who's going to be testing your boundaries and your faith. I won't mention anybody. I think you know who. Yeah. All right, hold on. So, now that we all know who it is, Yeah, he's testing you. He's always testing you. I know. You look good last night. You always look good, Love Shine. When is it you don't look good? Seriously. Yeah, she is too. I know. I know. He's always testing you. Always, always, and always. All right, sweetie. Okay, so he's going to continue to test you. All right, he's going to continue to test you. He's going to continue to kind of be a little bit there, not there. And when I say there, not there, I often kind of mean that he's going to be there, like energetically speaking, and then he's not really going to be there, because that's what he does. That is just the way that he is, my dear God. Getting over here also that, well, he wants to make more money, but I kind of feel like you do too. But you're into your thoughts. You're all up into your mind, into different type of ideas. Things that you want. Oh, yes. I won't talk about marriage, but you know, it's the core values. The core values are very important for you at this moment. And by the way, I know that your mind has always gone into some type of sockiness, but I'm actually not seeing any sockiness over here. I'm seeing that those strong values that are very important for you. All right, well, let's continue on. Sweetie pie. Let's take this away. So, what's coming towards you? That's what you really, really, really want to know. Here we go. You know as much as I do that the connection that you have is a strong one with A, right? It is A. You have a very strong soul connection with A, and between you and him, it is there. You're not imagining it in any kind of a way. I feel as though Spirit is showing to me that there is a very, very deep bond that does come from a past life altogether. And that's why sometimes you're like, oh my God, it's so intense. I feel it so much. I'm talking about the emotions here, girls. And there's one man, so yeah, okay? Get me. Emotions. The emotions are so very intense. I have to specify. I do. Yes, you do, Love Shine. You always do look good, my beautiful. You might not think you always look good, but you do. You see, it was today. You see, that's it. That's it. The connection becomes really, really strong. I know. Well, you know, you have to say it. And very, very intense. Now, and I feel like every once in a while it comes in spurts of energy where there you go. You could have that intense feeling that could come a little bit more often. And it's very interesting because you don't even need to talk. You don't need no words. You don't need no updates just because your souls are there and they're kind of tethered into a way. So they're kind of, you know, combined together. I'm going to say at this moment, he is still into a state of that emotional retreat. So it's not that he doesn't care. It's not that he doesn't feel. It's just that he's not ready to offer what you truly deserve. And that's important, the deserve part. All right? Because he doesn't want to give you half of him. He doesn't want to give you just, you know, here and there and something that's sporadic. He wants to give you the whole him. So he's wrestling with his own inner battles at this moment, with his own fear of commitment also, because that is there. With his own emotional instability, because that is there also. Life circumstances. Everything is just a little bit overwhelming for him, and he's not ready to fully lean into love, because that would mean you would have to carry part of what he is actually struggling or working on through, and he doesn't want to bring that upon you because you already have enough to, you know, to struggle and, well, anyways, to work on through with, right? So I feel as though Spirit wants you to know that this situation has nothing to do with how much you mean to him. It means that yes, he is being loyal to you, that yes, you are both being very patient, that yes, it is with an open heart, that yes, the energy is there, and it is acknowledged by the universe in every single way. So even if he can't meet you where you want right now, the love that you guys have created over time is continuing into the ripples of, I'm going to say, of your life, of your moments, of your thoughts, of your souls all together. And he does. When you, even if you don't send a message saying, oh my God, you've been thinking about me, or you've been, because I feel you, he feels it too. So even if he is silent, you can know that when you feel it, he's feeling it. Now, the guidance for you at this moment is for you to love back into yourself. Put all that love that you would normally pour into him, because you don't have to. He loves you anyways. He knows about the connection. Pour it back into you. The more you elevate your own vibration, the more clarity you're going to receive about whether he's going to rise to meet on up with you. So the universe is actually trying to prepare both of you over here, basically him more than you, but for him to be ready. So you're not meant to wait in pain. You're meant to rise into your own power, sweet love. So rise above, sweetie. Do what you've got to do. There is healing and there is forward movement that's coming your way. I need you to continue to listen to your own intuition and know that the divine is there at play, and you're not alone onto this journey in any kind of a way, my sweet love. I know. Hi, Elaine. Nice to see you, sweetie pie. But when he pulls, I know he pulls at your energy. It sucks. I know. Oh, you're back. All right, Julie. I'll be with you after Love Shine. You're back with a good question this time. That kind of undervalues your other ones, but I think they were good too. So, sweetie, my beautiful Patricia, what you must do at this moment, okay? I know you're like, what's happening? Because the universe is pulling back and forth, and it's a crazy place. So, my love, he's going to continue to pull. Just don't let him pull you too much, okay? Just a little bit here and there. Not too much, all right? He needs to do things in order to be ready to come back, absolutely. Allô. Comment ça va, bébé? Tu peux aller dans le lit si tu veux? Ouais. Oh, Julie, I'll text you, sweetie. I'll text you when it's your turn, okay, sweet one? I will text you. All right. Hold on a second. Pourquoi t'as froid? Je viens de commencer, ça fait 50 minutes. Pourquoi? Je comme il faut dans les bâtons. Arrête, c'est ton côté, nous, il est de mon côté.
Quand c'est fini?
Non, je m'en fais des bébés.
Dans 30 minutes ou?
It can be so exhausting, but mostly when he's not pulling the piece. I know, that's what it is, right? No, Babana.
Tu travailles au moins 1h50 minutes?
À peu près.
C'est beaucoup.
Pas tant.
Oui. C'est beaucoup.
Ben non. All right.
Raffle.
Raphael is talking to me.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, okay. So, sweetie pie, what is important over here is that to know. All right, my beautiful Patricia. He can be exhausting, he can be tiresome, he can be a lot of things, but there is no doubt about it. The universe is truly saying it is time for you to focus on you, on yourself, on what you need to do, on how you need to move on forward. This is all about you concentrating onto yourself, because you give yourself to everybody, and you give maybe sometimes a little bit too much of yourself to other people, and that becomes draining, and you need that own time for yourself. You've got new things, you've got new projects, you've got new stuff coming along your way. You need your energy. He's going to have to start giving you some of his energy soon too. Right? It's important. All right, sweetie pie. Tombe pas du lit, bébé. Mets tout ton corps dans le lit. Sweet Lord. Raphael came into my bed along with Anel. Anel's onto her phone. Raphael's going to fall asleep, but he's preparing himself to fall asleep, halfway hanging off of the bed already. Which seems like an awful idea to fall down onto the ground. Shower time. It's not cutting it anymore. Oh, you live in a warm place. You still have the, you know, the palm trees outside. Or you need a more powerful shower head. Oh, my dear God. Okay, financially speaking, I'm going to say that things are fairly stable. All right. So yeah, I'm going to say stable, no doubt about it. You have a lot of ambition. You have a lot of ideas. You're moving forward with it. I feel like you're direct, and I know you are. But I feel like the only thing I'm going to say is be a little bit careful. I feel like, and it's like the best quality in being a non-quality, so being a fault, is being a perfectionist. You do have to be a little bit careful with that. Sometimes it can drain your energy a little bit also. And be careful for anybody who tries to take a little bit too much control over you, all right? For owner next door to fix, right? Yeah. Let me give you an angel message, my sweetie pie. Angel message shall be coming upon. Okay, so my beautiful love. Angel message. And love shall I'm coming to see you. All right, your angels want you to know that love is never lost. It simply takes new forms until it is ready to bloom fully. You are being divinely guided to trust into timing, even when the heart longs for answers. Healing is unfolding behind the scenes, both for you and for the one you love. Keep your heart open, but remember, your soul is worthy of a love that shows up fully and freely. Alrighty. Beautiful. I'm sending you much love, my sweet one. You are, sweetie. Let me go and see. Patricia, love you too, my sweet love. Stay strong, beautiful, and don't forget you into all of this at all times, all right? Okay, hold on just 1 second. Love Shine, are your questions already into the chat? I will do better. All right, I'm going to send hearts out to that one. Here we go. Where is it? There you go. And what? The questions have messed up when you and were alone today. He called. Oh! Just was wanting to know his thoughts and feelings about that. And then he started stuttering. Let me go and see. He would like to call you his wife. That we know. Okay, so. Nine of Swords over here. Honestly, quite frankly, I feel like he said it because it is something that he would really absolutely love. That being said, I feel like he's feeling a little bit shy, a little bit ashamed by it altogether. Because for him, this is kind of meaning two different things. Into one place, into his mind, it's like, oh my God, is she thinking that I'm thinking about my wife as I'm with her? That's not a good thing. But I feel like he was kind of thinking about her because he was thinking about some things that he had to say to her or that he had to do, like for her, like different type of errands or stuff. So she was a little bit onto his mind. And so he's a little bit afraid about that because he doesn't want you to think that she was onto his mind because, because he wanted to be with her or anything of the such, nothing of it. And then the other part is more like he would surely like to be able to call you his wife, but he can't really at this moment. So he kind of felt like it was a little bit embarrassing at the same time. So he was feeling a little bit shy, a little bit embarrassed for the reasons being that he would really like to call you that. And at the same time, the fact that he was that he said that kind of made it think that he was thinking about things that he had to do for the other, and he didn't want that to come into play in any kind of a way. Now, the other questions are there. Okay. All right. I'm with Amy, sun up until sleep. Here we go. Ah! That's not what I want to do. Wait, I don't want to lose the question because I want to go and see what you're saying at the bottom of the chat, and I keep clicking on things. Okay, here we go. Now let me go see what you're saying down here. He was thinking about his wife. We were laying down talking, and I thought it was cute. Oh, it is cute. It is cute. There's a mix of two things. There's a mix of two into this, my beautiful love, because there is the whole part of him, yes, being with you, wanting you to be into that kind of place, being into the wife kind of place, but he was also thinking about something that he had to go and do for her after. So But she was more onto the place as like a worry, and you were like the loving kind of vibe. Yeah. All right, hold on. Okay. First question is, and what got me set up into sleep with wife about last night. Okay. All right. So, am with you. Sun up until sleep. Wanting to create, feeling inspired, having beautiful ideas. Did he talk to you about a new project or something more that he would like to do? Because I feel like there is something that he would like. I feel like when he's with you, he feels lighter. He's feeling more free. He feels like he can breathe without walking onto eggshells in any kind of a way. So today he's feeling very emotionally connected to you, very curious, a little bit playful. But I feel like there's a little something, I don't know. It could have to do with a karaoke. It could have to do, but there's like some type of new project that he would like to do. If he hasn't talked to you about it, then he will be talking to you about it. It's not necessarily a project that, like it could have to do with his music. It's not necessarily involving you, but I feel like there's something that he's kind of thinking about that he wants to talk to you about, which is good and positive, but I don't feel like you're necessarily involved into it. Yeah. He always talks about himself, right? Oh my dear God, yes, you can. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry. Didn't even see it or mention it. We're gonna put at 53 minutes, sweetie pie. Yeah, he always talks about himself, right? But there is something that he would like to do, specifically speaking. Yeah. He always involves you somewhere or just kind of being there, right? Yeah. I know, sweetie. Oh, I'm so sorry, my love. Yeah. I'm so I'm sorry. I did not see it. I did not see it in any kind of shape, form, or way. So, yeah. Sorry, sweetie. I know, my love. I know. Okay, hold on. And you're going to meet him for lunch tomorrow. Here we go. And with wife, sun up until sleep. 41 minutes? Veux nous là?
40 minutes.
Ben, tantôt c'était une heure.
Tantôt, c'était quoi? Tantôt, c'était quoi?
C'était 60. T'étais rendu à 40. Alright, so with his wife, sun up until sleep. I feel as though the energy that we have over here is her being very controlling, very strong, following on through with different things that she wants, right? I feel as though he's taking care of business, taking care of things all together. I see a lot of him, you know, feeling stuck. I'm stuck. I don't want to be into this place. I don't want to be into this position at this moment. So I'm going to say within the wife, or with the wife, not within the wife, but the wife's energy is heavier. There's a lot of, you have to do this, we have to do this, we have to move on forward. So, you know, the whole obligation of being into a couple, living into the same house, having children comes on through. So he kind of goes through the motions, but that's what it is. I feel like today he has more resentment. So resentment towards her because she makes him do some things that, you know, she could actually do herself. She wouldn't need him to do. So he kind of feels like she's been putting a lot of stuff onto his own, you know, onto his back. So that's what I'm seeing. It's like he's there, but the best way that I can describe it is he's there, but he's not fully present. So he's like kind of half there and two away. Let's go see about Brenda, sweetie. Oh my God, super. Bertha's thoughts and feelings about last night. All right. Here we go. C'est ça, chouette. Rien. C'est les cartes. Alright, so feelings about last night. Honestly, I feel like there's a little something that's uneasy into the air. I do. I feel like there's... I'm not going to say something happened. I don't believe anything happened. But I feel as though there is a little... There's a shift. There's a shift into something, into the energy. Not that something happened, not that somebody said something. It's just that she kind of feels like something is off. You know when you kind of have a little bit of that sixth sense and you just think something is kind of off, but I don't quite really know what it is. I can't quite pinpoint it, but I'm going to keep searching. I'm going to keep looking. At some point I might actually find it. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like there could be a little bit of confusion surrounding that. I'm even actually going to have to say I feel like there's some jealousy into the whole thing. I feel like she just can't quite put her finger onto it. Like, what is off? Why is something kind of a little bit weird? I feel like she's a little bit kind of replaying different moments into her head, kind of wondering if she missed a sign somewhere or anything of the such. But something is telling her that there is something that's a little bit different, but she can't quite say it, won't quite say it, because she doesn't really know what it is. Other than that, I feel like things went well. Does that make any sense? And it's not anything to do with you. It's like the energy. Well, it kind of has to do with you. There's something within the energy within the bar itself that seems like a little bit off. It could be between the band, could be between the karaoke, could have to do with you. There's like a little something that is off, and she can't quite pinpoint what it is, but there's something into the energy. So she's probably going to take like 2 to 3 weeks. She's probably going to investigate a little bit more, kind of put her nose into different things to try to figure out what it is. So you can expect her to be extra nosy. Nosy is how you say it? Yeah. That's it. No, everything all together, I'm actually going to say. Everything all together, sweetie. All right. Maybe it had nothing to do with us. No, there was something having to do with the energy within the bar. It's not, I don't want to make it sound, my beautiful love shine, that it is you specifically, and it's not him specifically. It's not even the band specifically. She just kind of feels like the energies are a little bit off into a certain kind of way. Yeah. No, I know there was no band there. I'm talking about the energy altogether. You said, how did she feel like it was yesterday? Yeah. I'm just saying altogether that I feel like the energy is one that something is a little bit off, but it's not necessarily having to do with the karaoke night. There's just a little something, but she can't put her finger onto it. That's what I'm saying. As for the karaoke night, everything went quite fine. Yeah. Hey, you're back, my beautiful Elaine. Hello, sweetie. You hate that you don't get to see him this Sunday also because of Easter. Yeah. I know, sweetie pie. Um... All right, let me go into your other questions, sweetie pie. Julie, let me know if you're still here, sweetie. All right. His slipping, telling. We looked at it a little bit, but let's go and look at it a little bit more. So, like I said, it was not just a slip. It was a subconscious, if you will, releasing of pressure a little bit. A part of him really wants you to know a little bit what he's dealing with, so you can even understand a little bit how he's feeling. You know, when I said that he did a little bit of the slip, but he was thinking about things that the wife was asking him to do and everything of the such, this is where it's coming from. So I feel as though he's dealing with a lot of things and it just kind of slipped on out. But again, it's not because he wanted, it's not because he was thinking about her because he loves her and wants to be with her. He was just thinking about things because she's heavily onto his mind, because she's always a little bit kind of pressuring him to do a lot of things. And that's what it is. So basically, it was a slip, but it's not something that he necessarily wanted to say, because he definitely did not want to bring her on to any type of conversation in any kind of way. Now let's go and see the tarot love message. All right. So, this is what I'm going to say. Love message for you, sweetie pie. Even though he does have a lot that he is carrying upon his shoulder altogether, he is always willing to fight for this relationship, even though it does not always seem all that clear what he's actually trying to say and what he's actually trying to do. He does want you to know that the connection that he has with you is there. It is strong. It is magnetic. The bond is there. It's not just about the passion. It is about the love. It is about the potential into the future. Potential, not necessarily with him breaking up from the other, but really just into a continuum of both of you guys together. So this is about somebody who is developing something that is nice, that is deep, beautiful, genuine feelings. I know that the relationship can be a little bit complicated altogether, but this is about building something that is real. It's about slowly but steadily moving on forward together. So, sweetie pie, he's going to continue to follow his heart, and his heart is bringing him closer to you. You continue to follow your beautiful heart at the same time, my love, and know that everything is going to work into its own beautiful alignment, sweetie. So this is not just longing, it is beautiful love that he does have for you, sweetie pie. Everything is good. My beautiful Julie. All right. Julie. Just one. Oh, that's it. Yeah, he was talking about both of you guys. Don't worry. Here we go, my love. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go see our beautiful Julie. All right. pertinacity. Where's pertinacity? Hi, sweetie pie. Nice to see you, my beautiful love. All right, hold on. Let's go like that. And let's go and get your good question because you said it was good. Kind of saying that the other ones are not as good. I don't know. How are you doing, my beautiful pertinacity, sweetie? Oh, yay! You did it. Did you send the picture out? What happened? What happened, Julie? Did you send the picture out? Is that what happened? Or he just contacted you? What happened? What happened with that? I need to know before. I need to know. Is it because of the picture? He just reached out and said he can make Thursday night work. Yay! Perfect! There you go, my sweet love. Absolute perfection. All right. Well, there you okay, there you go. Everything is aligning. Everything is perfect, Julie. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. And what is that? Elaine, your questions, sweetie. Just received them. All is good. Okay, sweetie, well, let's go and answer this. And yes, everything is moving. It is a good question. It is perfect. Let's go and see. He can make it work. I like it. Alrighty. Let's continue to make it work. Let's continue to make this work more often is what we want. Ah, la, 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 la. Thank you, my beautiful pertinacity, sweetie pie. You're going to be up right after Elaine, my love. Thank you, sweetie. I've got it. Beautiful. 10 of Cups. Followed by a moment of rest. Followed by, I need to work onto this relationship. Okay, my beautiful love. Yeah. This is what I'm going to say. All right, my sweetie pie. I kind of feel like you're going to a little bit, yeah, even our little children, even into the, what is that? Wow, even, yeah, they are. Look, they're cutie pies. Yeah. You got a boy and a girl over there. All right, so this is what I'm going to say, okay? I feel as though you're going to have a great time, all right? The meeting is going to be nice because you have a little bit of anticipation. You have that sweet mix of anticipation and tension that's kind of building all together. I feel like it's going to be, you know, a nice, heart-charged kind of reunion. It will also be very releasing because this is something that you've been waiting for. It's something that he's been waiting for quite some time. So it's going to help you to relax. So when you see each other, that is going to be very emotionally intense at first. I feel as though you're going to have a fantastic time. You're always feeling very comfortable. Like there's anxiousness before you get together. Everything is good. Everything is comfortable. Everything is going fantastic. Um, and then what I'm going to have to say is I feel like after that great, fantastic evening where everything is going to happen like you would like it to happen, then I feel like we're going to return on back to a little bit of a pause, going back to that hectic work schedule, going back to doing things, you know. So I'm going to say the impact onto the relationship, not quite of a turning point at this moment. I feel like it will be fun, it will be nice, it will be enjoyable, it will be the emotional release. It continues to help to grow onto the bond and continues to grow the relationship. But I still feel like we're going to end up into the exact same place after this meeting. So we're definitely going to have to work onto that. We're not out of the woods yet, my love. Mm-hmm. Yes, someday it will lead to the turning point. I want you to think about this as being the building blocks that we're always talking about. It is one block that is followed by the next and by the next and by the next, and all those building blocks end up creating the house that you want, creates that beautiful, if you will, that beautiful 10 of cups, but it's putting the work on in. He's realizing after a moment of rest that he's going to have to put that work in. And that's what he's realizing. That's where everything is a little bit changing with that. Absolutely, sweetie. Absolutely. But that, my beautiful love, he always has the intentions of wanting to solidify. He always does. Yes, he will put the work in. His problem is not that. His problem is not the wanting to solidify. It's not about wanting to put the work in. It's about him being a little bit chaotic into his life and being all over the place. But he will put the work into it and he will do what is necessary so you guys can have that beautiful destiny together. Absolutely. Yes, he will put that work in. No doubt about it. It is happening, my love. I'll see you a little bit later. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, okay, sweetie? Yeah, you had them perfectly. You had the dark hair and the light hair. That's what we had onto the other one, too. All right. I know. All right, Elaine, here we go, sweetie. Let me go into the email. Oh, Elaine, here we go. Oh, by the way, we haven't seen, for those of you who are wondering maybe where our beautiful Carrie is, she is not because you hear ding ding. She's having internet problems, so she's okay though, yeah. Elaine, I got you. Pertinacity, do you need a timestamp, my beautiful love? Let me know if you do need a timestamp, okay? And let me just go see, just by curiosity, how our poll is doing. Let's go see if anybody wants to answer our poll. I'm kind of curious. Okay, let me just go peek. I'm curious. Oh, Elaine, by the way, we put a poll. We put a poll. Yes. If we want 8 or 9, because we've been at 9, but I don't know. We think maybe people like 8. So we did a poll, but it's onto this. It's onto the page of the onto the channel page. Okay, let me go see where the heck I get to that. Oh, poll. There you go. Oh, God, I only have 3 votes so far. I'm sure that Juanson voted. Lilith voted, and I don't know who the other person is, but so far we're at 9 p.m., 67% and 33% for 8 p.m. So, continue to vote, guys. Okay, well, I'm gonna wait maybe a day or two, and we'll see. We'll decide what we do. But yeah. Let's go vote. Let's go vote. You say 8 p.m. Go vote, Elaine, because when I look after, I don't know who voted or not. It's very confidential. So I have no idea who voted. I just see the numbers and I go with the numbers. If I have more 8, I go with 8. If I have more 9, I go with 9. But if you just tell me here, I don't know if you voted or not, so I don't want to double it. Yeah. Thank you, Sweetie Pie. Okay, so email. What happened? What happened? Do you have somebody who's jealous at work? What's going on with that? You had some doubts last week already when we spoke. You did have some doubts. By the way, next is going to be pertinacity. Okay. Okay. What is happening at work with the jealousy? Why do you feel like there's jealousy around you? You wrote that into the chat I saw not too long ago. Because your first question is the general, your second is what you're manifesting, and why. What has to do with jealousy? It's a letter C. Who's a little bit jealous? Okay. Okay. Of your work. All right. Okay, well, you know what? Jealousy is not a bad thing. Jealousy makes the other person who is jealous strive to be better. And it just is a beautiful compliment for you. So continue doing what you're doing. She also said that she's just trying to bring you down, my sweetie pie. Don't let anybody bring you down in any kind of a way, all right? Just don't do that, sweetie. Yeah, don't. Just let it be, all right? Let me just go see if I have pertinacity's question. I just want to make sure. Oh, no, I don't. Wait, pertinacity is actually into the chat, ain't she? She's super chatted. That's where she's at. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay, I got you there, sweetie. It's all good. And you do need a timestamp. Oh my God, all the questions were there. I was into the wrong tab. All right, love. So here we go. Elaine, you're up. It's all about you. It's all about you. Alrighty. Here we go. Yeah, I know, seriously. Okay. Elaine, general. You're looking for justice. You're looking for the best between two different things. Yes, you are, my love. How are you feeling about things? Because I know that you're looking for the very best, but don't necessarily know, but you kind of want to stand up and you want to do something, but you're not necessarily doing something, which is interesting. But I'm going to say it's probably because of the circumstances that are surrounding you. So here we go. This is what I'm going to say. Generally speaking, all right? Generally speaking, I feel like you're entering a place that is very fertile for you. It is the grounds to develop a lot of things that could be very, very positive and very changing for you. I feel like it's a very productive time. So there's like a productive window that is there that we need to utilize. I feel as though the projects might feel a little bit slow sometimes. Sometimes you might even actually feel like you're a little bit disconnected from them. But I feel like they're going to start to flow a little bit more. I do see more creative ideas picking up speed. I do see more support coming on in. I feel like your vision is suddenly becoming, not going to say necessarily more cooperative, but it's like if you're seeing things from a different perspective. And that is good. The change of perspective is going to be good for you into the following weeks. It's going to help you actually open on up new doors into the future for different jobs. So I need you to be mindful of overthinking. The key over here is not about overthinking. The key over here is momentum. What's happening at that moment that you can do the very best with. So use the momentum over the perfection at this moment, because the momentum is going to pay off much more than the perfectionism. Spirit is trying to say to you that your energy is aligning with that energy of completion. Something that you've been working on is going to start to feel more real, and you're going to feel like it's more seen within the following days. So I feel like you still need to leave yourself a little bit of time to open on up to different things, and you will see modifications and changes that are going to be happening into a very positive way for you. Now, are you manifesting lately? You've been manifesting for quite some time, but maybe you haven't necessarily realized that you've been manifesting for quite some time, but you have been. You have been. The time that you have been, and you've been manifesting for different things altogether. I'm actually going to say, T'as-tu fait tes devoirs?
Je suis en train de les faire.
Okay, c'est bon. I feel like you've been manifesting a lot of things. Oh, je sais pas pourquoi.
Je veux savoir parce que je vais faire un devoir.
À peu près 20 minutes. Oh, tout le temps. I feel as though you've been manifesting different things into your life altogether. You've been manifesting peace. You've been manifesting changes of environment, new opportunities. You've been manifesting why in different ways in different moments. Some moments maybe you look more for the friendship. Sometimes maybe you look more for clarity. Sometimes maybe you look more for a certain release. There's different phases into your manifestations. What I will say for you is this. I feel as though there's a lot of things that are happening into your life. I feel like there's a lot of changes that will be coming. I feel like you're already into a midst of some certain changes. So there's a lot that is going on with you at this moment in time. So you say one time you felt your heart beating so fast hearing your say, and it beats harder and harder while you were sleeping. Why is that? Right all together. The actual heart beating along with the name R, all right? It's like if your subconscious is trying to align with something that your soul doesn't necessarily want. And that is something, it's some type of confusion that happens often between you and that person. Where you might have a want, you might have a desire, but it's not a complete want. It's not a complete desire. It's not a, oh my God, I so want to be with this person. But it's not an, oh my God, I so despise this person. Sometimes there's like certain openings and then there's like closings. So I feel as though your heart is kind of thinking one thing, your mind is kind of thinking something else. And it's not random in any kind of shape, form, or way. Tu veux que je sniffe tes roses?
Non.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
Quelqu'un qui avait ses crayons là à l'école, puis ça coloriait super bien.
C'est pas les crayons qu'on avait, c'est pour les fenêtres?
Non.
Ok, je sais pas. Mais dans tes favoris, on regarde ça plus tard.
Je suis pas capable de le
Je l'ai fait. So yeah, I don't feel like anything that is actually going on at this moment is random. I feel like everything that is happening is a little bit of a manifestation in activation kind of a moment. So we're manifesting and we can actually, activate fairly quickly. So what I need you to do is continue to do what you want to do. Continue to manifest what you desire to have and continue moving on forward into that kind of a way. Because at this moment, what you're manifesting is a little bit some things that are happening slowly towards you. But you do have to ward off sometimes Sometimes it's conflictual. Sometimes it's conflictual because we think that there's a manifestation, but it's not necessarily a manifestation. Sometimes there's heart. Sometimes there's logic. Sometimes there's all different kind of things that get kind of mixed on in. Does it make any sense what I'm trying to say to you? Just wondering. Not really? Okay. What I'm trying to say is this. You're manifesting for, let's say, job opportunities. You're manifesting for love. You're manifesting for a lot of things. Some things are coming on true. Some things, like within work and everything, you still have to balance out through. I still feel like you have some things that you have to balance on through within your love life at the same time. I feel as though love can be easily offered to you, but it is not the love that you want. So on one side, you want to have the love, so you kind of want to accept it into a certain way, but you don't really want to accept it because it's not the love that you want. It's not coming from the person that you want or that you desire. But sometimes there's that tug and pull towards it would be easier, maybe it could be good, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be that. But on the other side, you're like, this is really not what I want. So there's that tug and pull, and that's where the actual dream was coming on through with. Hopefully that makes more sense. So it's a little bit like a nonsense. There you go. That's what I mean. Sometimes, let's put it this way, sometimes the easiest path is not always the best path. All right? It's like people who stay together because they got family, house, and they have all different kind of things. It doesn't mean that you're meant to stay together because you have all those things if you no longer love. But to actually walk away and do something else is more difficult. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by it. All right, let me go and see your other question, love. Let me go and see your other question. Just 1 second. What is Y doing lately? Pertinacity. You are next. Pertinacity. Just 1 second. What is Y up to lately? Wanting to make more money. She wants to make more money. That's what she wants. She wants to make more money. She's trying to balance things out. Y always feels like This person always feels like there's been a great injustice into their life, like things are not going into the way that they would like them to, or that they haven't gone into the way that they would like them to. Yeah. So I'm actually going to have to say I feel like Y is into a little bit of a mixed space. I feel as though this person can be a little bit emotionally distracted. I feel like they're reflecting a lot more into their own personal stuff. But I do feel like I feel like this person wants more out of work. I feel like they want to grow more. They want to have more. I feel as though there is sometimes a little bit of a shift into their productivity. Sometimes I feel as though she can be more productive and other times a little bit less, depending on to her moods and everything of the such. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say I do feel you're talking about the post. I won't say on what platform the posts are, but I am gonna say I feel like they're not aggressive or direct. I feel like they more have somewhat of a slight emotional undercurrent to it. Like if that person is trying to be seen, like if that person is trying to be understood. And it's interesting because you are a little bit into that kind of way also. A little bit wanting to be seen, a little bit wanting to be heard at the same time. So you both kind of share a little bit the same basics onto that. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing, Smitty. The one about finding joy without love, that's more a little bit of a subtle message. It's not a coincidence. It's like if she's trying to say, I'm trying to show that I'm good onto my own, but it still is kind of difficult. It still kind of stings into a way. So I feel like this person's energy is felt, it is there, but I feel like this person is guided, but is trying to stay centered onto themselves. So onto their own glow, if you will. Because I feel like what they want and what they actually want to manifest, we were talking about manifestations, the question 2 that you were asking, they're not quite getting what it is that they want and how they want to manifest energy and how to get to the next level. I feel like this person wants to go to the next level. So I'm going to say we're a little bit conflicted, trying to kind of figure out things as much as we possibly can. Qu'est-ce que je fais?
Tu fais une carte?
Je sais pas, il me reste 2 personnes à l'instant.
Belle.
Non, Belle, no. And that is what I have for you, my beautiful love. Hopefully that has helped you out, my beautiful lines, sweetie. I'm going to go and see our beautiful pertinacity at this moment in time. Here we go. T'as-tu un alarme? All right. Pertinacity is right over here. And we need a timestamp. Pertinacity. Like you wanted to do something the best, but not knowing what to do. Exactly. You're manifesting something and you want to have something, but you're not always sure that what you're manifesting or what you want is exactly what it is that you need. And sometimes what you're manifesting, you don't quite know how to go and get it, but you want to put as much as you possibly can to go and get it. Yeah, that's it. Pertinacity is going to be at 140, well, let's say 145. How does NK feel about your relationship? Sometimes you kind of feel him pulling away and then he pulls back, and almost 9 months together. That's because he doesn't really know what to do, sweetie pie. Yeah, kind of, my love, absolutely. C'est pas le même son que tantôt, ça, chouette. Qui sonnait bizarre. Huh? Oh, okay. All right, pertinacity, here we go, my beautiful love. Timestamp you do have, all is good. And after that, I'm going to go on see Quantum. I'm going to say we're going to finish up the lives at 11 tonight, so into the following 10 minutes, sweetie pies. So what is actually coming on through for you and your sweet one? All right. All right. All right. How does NK feel about your relationship? Basically, he does want to continue with you, but he's feeling stuck, exactly like what I said. He wants to have the relationship with you, but doesn't really quite know how to move on forward. Sometimes it's like, even though things are not moving too quickly, he kind of wants to take his own time, kind of still feels like, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a want to move forward, but a fear of moving forward. A loving you and wanting to be with you, but not quite knowing if this is the right moment, right person, if this is how he needs to follow on through. He feels like you guys have been together for a certain amount of time. Time is passing on through. You'll probably be wanting something else at some point in time. So all these things are kind of aligning all together and kind of makes him a little bit more afraid. So yeah, I'm going to say over here, so my love, he does care for you quite deeply. I'm going to say there is a beautiful attachment that is there. You have definitely become somebody that he feels like is home to him in so many different kind of beautiful ways. But at the same time, like I said, he gets overwhelmed by his own emotions, by his own fears surrounding the long-term vulnerability, which causes him to kind of retreat or to go quiet. So it's not that he's pulling away because he's losing interest. It's more like he's battling his own inner doubts or fear of fully surrendering to love. So I'm going to say after 9 months, honestly, the relationship is definitely real to him. And that comforts him, but it also scares him. So that push and pull that you're feeling, it's his internal tug of war. Part of him wants to lean in completely fully, and the other part kind of wants to resist because he's a little bit afraid of losing control. At the same time, afraid of being hurt. So what's good into this is that even though there's the pull and tug, which kind of sucks, he always keeps kind of coming back, right? So I'm going to say, sweetie, what's important over here is to stay emotionally grounded, to observe, not push things too much, right? This is going to show him that love can feel safe, that love can feel steady, and that you don't have to be pressured. The connection over here definitely does have a potential to grow deeper. But you guys are definitely going to have to keep the open, honest communication without pushing anything, but always remain somewhat consistent. Okay? All right. Let me give you some love messages, sweetie. So, does this relationship have the potential to move on forward into the next levels? Yes. Does he love you? Yes. Major problem, he's just a little bit afraid, but he truly does love you. So, it's really going to be being consistent, being open, not pushing too much. Everything is going to settle itself and it's going to be okay. Let me give you some messages. No. I actually want to go over here. Hold on. What's in your next, by the way, love? Let me just go see, has anything changed with our poll? No, nothing has changed. Yes, go ahead, Elaine, go ahead. Gotcha, sweetie. Let's leave it, Watson. You're so funny. All right. In your arms, I find my home, sweetie. Love is a journey that we walk hand in hand. You are my deepest desire. Love is the answer to every question. I want to be able to hold you. Every moment with you feels like a dream. My beautiful, I am sending you much love, sweetie pie. All right. Hi, there you are, sweetie pie. Nice to see you, Pertinacity. You are like a silent watcher. Let me go see. I know, I see that. You're sneaky. Let me know if there's anything else you need to know, my love. But everything's okay into your relationship, sweetie pie. Elaine, I don't think I received your question yet. I'm waiting for it, but don't think I received it. So I'm going to go and see Juanson as I'm waiting for your question, okay? Oh, you made a ceviche with lots of shrimp and mango. That must have been delicious. All right. Other than that, I've been watching... Oh! My mom has been so... I think I told you guys, she's been watching You. She's going on season 2 now. She said she's going to binge. So she's ready for when the next season comes out. Yeah, definitely. You don't know if you watched it before. I never watched it. I didn't watch a movie called Lucy. A science fiction mixed with spiritual. Let me write it down. It's called it's on Netflix. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. Sweetie Pie. I'm not sure we always have the same shows though on Netflix. I'm not sure. I think I looked at that with Lilith, and I think Lilith sometimes has some things that I don't have. Yeah, but I'll check it out, see if I have it. Check it out. You even think Mathias might like it. It's almost like a John Wick. Almost. John Wick is there's a lot of gun work into that and stuff. Now that's it. Now you've got me intrigued because you got the documentary, you've got the spiritual side. But John Wick, I did not watch all of John Wick, only bits and pieces, not my thing. But both my boys like it, and every time I look, all I see is a beagle, and my kids are always so sad for the dog because, of course, Prince is a beagle, and that makes them sad. And and there's a lot of gun action into that. Okay, I wrote it down. I will check it out. I will. Crimson Vigilante. Oh, well, lovely to see you, Sweetie Pie, and welcome to the live, love. I shall be with you in just a few moments, sweetie. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for your donation. It is the first time, I believe, we see you, Sweetie Pie. You're going to vote? Please do, Pertinacity. Please do, Sweetie Pie. I'm really trying to figure out what's best for everybody, and sometimes I don't know. You did make a comment about mentioning you might trap him. Oh, there you go, Personat. Don't do that no more, sweetie. He doesn't take those jokes well. No, don't do that no more. Oh, there you go. I got you now. Yeah, you just popped on through, Elaine. All right. Nice to see you, sweetie. Thank you, my love. I'll be with you shortly, okay? All right, Haunton, here we go. No, that's okay. That's okay. You can think. You can thinkity think. It's all good. Elaine, while you're thinking and waiting, go vote. Go vote. Okay, I'm going back into your email, Haunton. I'm going back towards it. Okay. When's the next cover coming out? Actually, maybe it's not a cover. Maybe it's an actual tarot card that's coming out next. I don't know. What is it going to be? All right. Sweetie pie. Here we go. Ace, page, sweetie pie. This week is not going to be a very... not a lot of things are going to be moving. All right? Not a lot, sweetie pie. I'm actually going to say to you, I feel as though you're going to get a full day off this week. Not a half, a full. You're going to be able to see your sweetie pie, but not all that much, not all that long altogether. But I am going to say without a doubt that I feel like she's dreaming. I feel like she's thinking. I feel like she is wanting. I feel like she is desiring. So as much as you're not going to be able to see her all that much, I feel like she's having the same wants and the same desires as you are at this moment. I feel like that love is into the air. It's at springtime, you know? Let's make something happen between you and her, my sweetie pie. You don't have to do it. She can do it. Let's just manifest it with all our wants and our desires within the bottom of our souls. And let's make this happen. She keeps thinking about you. You keep thinking about her. She's been thinking lately that this has been going on for quite some time and something needs to change. Something needs to be modified. But I still feel like she's stressed about actually doing it. So she does still have a little bit of some issues, a little bit of that I'm kind of afraid kind of vibes, but she wants it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and make this happen, sweetie pie. Manifestation. I didn't say doing it. I said manifestation. That's what I said. All right. So this week, a full day off. Elizabeth wanting some type of connection with you. You wanting some type of connection with her. Not necessarily an offer coming on through. I do see some red vests kind of walking around this week. Not too many. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah. So let's think about them as the little red ants. The ones that we kind of want to run away from. That's where I'm going to see them now. They're little red ants. They're going to be around. Be careful not to be stung. Other than that, my sweet love, you are working on to, I'm going to say you have ideas of what to cover, but for some reason I kind of actually feel like you're going to have some type of inspiration towards some type of a card. So maybe it's just an idea towards a new card into your deck, but you're not necessarily going to put it on down, but there is definitely something, right? Yeah. All right, let's go see if anything else is popping on through. Let's go see what she's got to say. All right. As for her, she's doing good today. She is doing good today. She is thinking about what's going to be happening this week. As for her week and all together, I'm going to say it was okay. I don't feel like anything big or bad or anything, anything really changed all that much. I'm going to say that everything is pretty much stable. She's looking forward to the beginning of her week, but she's also kind of curious if something is going to be happening between the both of you. let's go towards and angel message. Elaine, I'm going to come and see you. All right. Your angels are reminding you that even in moments of doubts, you're exactly where you need to be. Every challenge is shaping you into the version of yourself that is ready to receive and what you've prayed for. So trust into the timing and stay open and know that you're deeply supported and loved. If we go towards an oracle message for you, my love. Surrender and trust. The universe is asking you to loosen your grip. What's meant for you is not slipping away. It's aligning. Let go of the how and allow the blessings to unfold in divine timing. Sometimes the stillness that you feel is where the magic actually begins to grow. All right, let's go see to the bookity book. And then we're going to go and see Elaine and a Crimson Vigilante. I know that you probably hear Juan and I think I have 2 kids snoring at this moment. Oh, what is that, Elaine? You say you heard some snoring in the background. Yeah, you do. I don't know which one it is. I actually have 2 of them. They're so cute. I would show you, but it's probably not YouTube friendly to show children, so I won't. But they're both sleeping. Yeah, they both fell asleep. Okay, Queen of Cups reversed. The answer is to wait until you can be sure of moving forward. Stop looking behind you and focus on your future. It is, Juanson. Matias never goes to sleep. He's like me. He goes to sleep at, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, he does homework at 11 o'clock at night, goes to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's Matias. He's like my clone in a male version. Anna's like the in-between, like her age. She's in between everybody. She's the middle child, and she likes to go to bed late, and she usually goes to bed late, but she has to do homework, all those things early, otherwise concentration not there. And Raphael, oh, he's the odd one out. He wakes up really early and goes to bed really early. All right, here we go. Love messages, sweetie pie. So, love messages. I feel you even when you're not around. Your love lives into the quietest corners of my heart. No matter the distance, my heart knows where home is, and that is with you. You make the world softer just by being into it. And every time I think of you, my heart smiles. That being said, my dear Juanson, I'm going to go and see our beautiful Elaine. Let's go and see this, and then we're going to go with our Fauna reading for tonight, unless something has popped on through into PayPal. So, how's your creativity now? You modified your logo so far to liking it better than last time. You wonder how the others and the mentors. Okay, here we go. How is your creativity now after modifying the logo? The logo? That was a Frenchie with that, eh? The logo. That sounds better than a logo. It's moving on forward, sweetie. I actually feel like you're moving more into a phase where your creativity is becoming, I'm going to say, more refined, more intentional, and more aligned with who you are as a creative individual. So into your own essence. I feel like this version feels like it's more mature, feels like it's more elevated. I feel like your energy is into it. I feel like it resonates a little bit better with you also. I really feel like this is a little bit like you beginning to trust your instincts a little bit more, and it's showing off into the clarity of your design choices. So how will the other two and your mentor actually react during the Thursday meeting? I'm going to say curiosity at first, then I'm going to say appreciation. I feel as though one person might be a little bit slower to warm up or to give feedback, which would be the one, I don't know which one it is into it. There's somebody who's more analytical, somebody who's a little bit more detail focused. They're going to be a little bit tougher to actually, I'm going to say convinced a little bit, okay? But they are going to acknowledge the improvement. I feel like your mentor is going to be pleasantly surprised. They're going to see this as a sign of you stepping up more confidently into your design. So you can expect something like it's so much stronger now, or this feels cleaner, maybe more intentional at the very same time. So it's all very good and it's all very positive altogether. How's your design work going to turn out for the next challenge and deliverable social media promotion? Let's go and see that. Just 1 second. I have done things that I did not want to do. All right. Let's chuck those ones and let's go over here. So how will that go on through? Thank you everybody for your beautiful patience, by the way. So tomorrow I'm still going to keep it at 9, time for us to see what actually comes on through. All right? Yeah. All right. So, sweetie pie, I feel like you've made a very smart choice with going on one strong concept first. I feel like it's going to it's going to allow you to dive deeper. And I feel like the motion element is actually going to give you that work as a little bit like an edge. So I kind of see it standing out more. Your storytelling instincts, I feel, are slowly kicking on in, and that's going to shine most throughout your animation, throughout your movements. So the result is going to feel more engaging, more fresh, maybe even a little bit more playful. And that's going to leave somewhat of a visual impression, if you will. So I'm going to say message coming on through over here with Spirit is quality over quantity right now is going to bring you the breakthroughs that you're looking for. And you've been looking for these for quite some time, so it's important to stick to it. You are going to hit somewhat of that flow. You're going to start to trust a little bit more of the visions and the feelings. And that's going to move you forward. That's what's going to truly get you noticed. Yes. Oh, well, the C, Camille, that's the girl. That's the C person of earlier, right? I got you, sweetie. Yeah. Thank you, my beautiful Lilith. I'm going to go and post that right away. I'm just going to go in and make sure at the same time that everything is okay in PayPal. And we're going to go and see Crimson Vigilante. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your patience, my love. Elaine, I'm sending you much love, sweetie, and continue, okay? A good night, my beautiful Elaine. All right, let me just go and make sure everything is okay in PayPal. Nobody kind of passed on through that we are missing in any kind of form or way. And voila. So, we're good. Logging out. Here we go. Sweetie pie. Well, let me go and see. Let's go and see that, sweetie. So, is your XS wanting or considering to get back with you? All right. The ex, have you spoken with the ex lately? I say that because the ex definitely does have a great weakness towards you, sweetie pie. I feel like we think about you a lot. I feel, you're like the talon d'Achille. Everybody's got that weak spot. You're the weak spot. Not that you're weak. You're this person. So you're your ex's weak spot, sweetie. But I feel like your ex doesn't really know what to do. Your ex honestly does feel as though there's some selfishness coming through this relationship, coming through you. And by saying that, I'm not saying that you are being selfish. I'm saying that she believes that there's some type of selfishness. So she feels like she's not being considered enough into something that she would like to have more opening upon. So if you do know what it is that I'm talking about, then you know what to do. Otherwise, then I'm going to have to say communication is going to be important. Would she actually be happy with you? Yes. Would she actually like to be back with you? Yes. Now, you're into a place where you have somebody who wants to be with you, who still loves you, who still thinks about you in many different ways, but is feeling hurt and is feeling fragile. A few weeks ago, right? Yeah. Now, she's feeling hurt and she's feeling fragile. I'm going to take up more cards because at this moment in time, I feel as though she would like to be with you, but she's too afraid of going back with you because she's been hurt. I feel as though there are some external factors, external people, friends, two of them in particular. They seem to be female, who seem to be kind of stopping her at the same time, trying to kind of tell her that it's not a good idea to return on back. So you do have external factors that are not helping you into the situation. Not that they're friends, not that her friends don't like you. They don't want to see her hurt. And so that's not helping. And there's two in particular. One of them has blonde hair, whoever she is. Sweetie, I'm going to say if you give her the right opportunity and you are able to talk with her, then she will. Because she's overwhelmed and she's exhausted. But if you're able to make her see that something could happen within this relationship and what was wrong can become good, then it will be a yes. So to answer your question, is she completely closed off? Absolutely not. Would she like to return? Yes, she would. But she's afraid. And she has two friends who are telling her, bad idea, don't do it, you're going to get hurt again. That being said, you're still able to overpower the two friends if you show on up understanding why she's feeling hurt, why she's feeling sad, why she's feeling misunderstood and not taken care of. She feels as though she has not received the love and the respect like she should have. Again, this is not coming from me. This is a message that I'm getting. So if you know what I'm relating to and what this has to do, you know how to fix it. They could be two of her sisters then, sweetie. Yeah. There are two people that are very close to her. And one of them has blonde hair. One of them does. So, sweetie pie, could you have this relationship again? Yes, you could. But communication is going to be important. Now I'm going to do two things before we finish. I'm going to go and see what's going to be happening. You do need to know, though, that the cards that I'm going to be pulling on out, depending on what you do from this point on, could change. But I'm going to go and see what's going to happen, let's say, into the following 2 months within your relationship. And then I'm going to give you some message cards. Okay, well, there you go. So that sister's not too... It's not that that sister doesn't like you. The sister doesn't like her sister being, sad. Yeah. Okay, hold on. That being said, if she said yes to you, her sister would say, okay, go ahead with it. I'll be there for you. She would still approve and it would be okay. Okay, here we go. That being said, I do have our Four of Pentacles and this little card that doesn't want to come out, but it's yours. Knight of Cups. Are you willing to make a movement towards her? If you make a movement towards her, if you don't wait for her to come towards you, don't. If you wait for her to come towards you, nothing's going to happen. If you make a movement and you make it well, then you do have a strong possibility of being with her into the following 2 months. You do have a strong possibility within the following 2 to 3 weeks, I'll say, of being back into a relationship with her. But you're the one who's going to have to do it. And you're going to have to do it really well. All right. Not that I want to put any pressure, but understand her. Try to help her feel loved and understood and respected, and that there's a way of communicating between both of you that is possible to try to make things more just for both of you. Because into a relationship, it's never just one person, right? There's 2 people. So I'm sure she's not completely white into this. I'm sure she's done some gray stuff into it. So it goes both ways. All right. So if you make the movement, there is a very strong possibility something could be happening over here. I will say yes. I will say yes. But we're going to have to work onto it slowly. She needs to feel like she's loved and respected and understood, and that there's some middle way where you guys are able to work together. And if you're able to make that happen, then you're able to get her back. All right? Hold on here, sweetie. Nobody affects me the way that you do. Everything you say and do simply reaches out to my soul. There is so much that I do want to be able to say to you. I'm sorry that I can't always be right by you. I feel you even though we are apart. And you are never very far from my mind. So, sweetie pie. Crimson Vigilante. We are live 5 days a week for sure, and sometimes onto the weekends. You can always find us. We'll be back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. If you need any advice, you know, and you just want to chit chat, or you're thinking about sending something out to her, maybe by text or whatever, if you want to do a powwow of ideas in any kind of way, my email's all over the place. You can find it onto the channel. You can find it all over the place, sweetie. Send me an email. I promise if you write to me, I'll write back. All right? I don't necessarily take out cards for you into them, but I will write back as a beautiful friend, and I will let you know what I think and what I can see spiritually upon what it is that you should do. So if you're looking for any type of advice, you just want to chit chat, you want to open up, you want to see if anything is good in any kind of a way, then please do send me an email. I'll always reply, and I reply usually onto the same day. Into the meanwhile, my love, keep in mind what I said. She wants to feel like she is understood and she is loved. She still loves you. She still wants to be with you. There's still a possibility for you guys to be together. So I am sending much love your way, sweetie pie, and I wish you the very best within this relationship. That being said, my beautiful loves, we shall say good night and sweet dreams. I'll go see my snory kids. Yes, I will. Well, one of them is going to sleep with me. The other one's going to go into their own bed. And I'm going to go see my clone. Yes. And that being said, love you guys. See you tomorrow. And keep you updated onto the post. But tomorrow we'll still keep it at 9. See, you know, where that brings us. Sending much love. Have a beautiful and fantastic day tomorrow, loves.